Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tea with Krema. I am one of your hosts. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by my best friend, Emma.
What up?
Today, we have a very special episode that we're bringing to you. Not only is it our fancy 10th episode, super exciting. We've been doing this 10 times.
10 times.
But it's also Emma's birthday episode, a whole episode dedicated to Emma getting older.
Wiser.
Wrinklier.
Aging like fine wine.
Or cheese, however you look at it.
Hey man, stinkier the cheese, the better.
Oh, is that the real phrase? Ew.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think I want to age like cheese, but I know that that's like a delicacy. So, in France, I'm a delicacy, y'all.
Some Gouda.
My favorite's Gouda.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, before we get started, we like to check in, see what teas we're drinking today. Emma, do you want to talk about your tea?
Shout out to Jeffrey for saying that I don't drink tea enough on the episodes. So today I am drinking tea. It's decaf peach ginger tea, brought to you by @HEB. Mr. Butts, still waiting on you. What are you drinking today, Chris?
Wow, peach ginger sounds really nice.
It is. It's really fantastic. It smells really good too. I think I like the smell of it more, but the taste is also really good.
I don't know about ginger. It's not my favorite, but the peach is really nice. Maybe they would balance each other out. I'll have to check it out. But today I have an organic throat soothing tea, so it doesn't taste really good, but your boy is suffering from allergies, and the two places that I suffer from allergies the most from are my eyes, and then I get an itchy throat. So I have really itchy eyes, really itchy throat, and it has been an absolute... I hate spring. Hate it. Cannot stand it. I didn't even have allergies until I was in college. But very quickly realized, I don't know how my sister did it growing up, because this is not it. There's 2 months of the year that I just, no,
Yes, it just feels like you're living in a bubble. Just like a bubble, and I don't know what's going on. Just constantly blowing your nose. It's terrible. Anyway.
Well, getting started with our episode, we'll be asking Emma all sorts of questions, things she likes to do on her birthday, and also maybe some embarrassing stories from her past. So let's get started. Emma, can you tell us your favoriteest birthday memory?
I'm so nervous. Okay. Also, I just have not, all I knew was that this episode was for my birthday, so I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm just answering questions. I don't think I need to tell y'all that, but I'm gonna just tell y'all. So, okay, my favorite birthday memory, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have so many. Okay. I don't know.
Fine, tell us all of them. Jeez, must be nice.
I love my birthday. It's my favorite time of the year. And I don't know why. I mean, my mom always made a really big point to give us birthday parties and do all those things. But I think the one that sticks out to me the most is my 8th birthday. I was turning 8 years old, which is a really big deal when you're Mormon. That's the year that you get baptized and become a true member of the church. All these different things. And so that year I actually had 3 birthdays. I had a birthday with my family. I had a birthday celebration for my baptism, and a third one, I think it was with my friends as well. But for the one with my family, I had asked my uncles, and, side note, I love roasted pig from, Tongan roasted pig. It's one of my favorite Tongan foods. It's basically they take a whole pig and they roast it. So I was joking around with my uncle, and I was like, Uncle, for my birthday, can I get a pig instead of a cake? And he was like, oh, okay, sweetie. And on the day of my birthday, I was not even expecting anything, just expecting, cake, whatever, hanging out with my cousins. And out comes 2 pigs, y'all. 2 pigs, roasted pigs. Oh my God. I feel like those people who love animals are going to come after me. Anyway, come at me, bro. But it came in and it had candles in it. And it had an 8, like a candle. They had cut out a little piece of the skin so that they could stick in the candle. Obviously, it was already roasted. And it had an 8 in it. And that's literally my favorite birthday memory. And I know there's a picture somewhere and I just can't find it. So if I can find it, I will post it on the Instagram. But that is one of my favorite memories from growing up. So shout out to my uncles for always, doing all the crazy requests that I have.
Bro, that's nice, but I was stressed that whole time. Like, they brought out pigs, and then you're cutting the skin. I'm glad you enjoyed your 8th birthday and all 3 parties that went with that.
I don't remember the other 2, but I just know that there were 3 that year.
And one of them had 2 pigs, so... Oh my goodness. Next question. More of a general one. So, obviously, you've had like 87 birthdays so far. And so... what's your general favorite way to spend your birthdays? Like, what's your go-to activities? Who you like to spend it with? Your just general birthday ambiance.
The birthday vibes are always surrounded by food, for sure. I think now that I'm thinking about it, like every year I try to go to like my favorite restaurant that year. So there was one year that my sister came in and surprised me. And we went and ate steak because I love steak. Every year when I was in college, my parents would come and they would take me out to dinner. So they would come up to my school and take me out to dinner. And it would usually be of my choice wherever I wanted to go. I just like spending it with my family, with my friends. Chris has spent You've spent 3 birthdays with me now? 2 birthdays. So, it's usually spent with whoever I'm closest to at that time.
In proximity, not shading any of the best friends.
I was like, no, just in proximity. So I was awkward. Yeah, probably should have said that. I was not you are number 1 on the top 8 today. So you get to go to dinner with me. That is your honor. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So it's whoever I'm living closest to at the time. Yeah, it's just going out to dinner. That's my favorite thing to do. And also just getting my nails done. Fun stuff like that. I'm pretty basic on my birthday.
Speaking of things you like to do, if some random person was like, here's $1 million, live your best life, but you only have one day because it's your birthday. And this wasn't oh, here's $1 million, get in the van. Not that kind of $1 million. No, it's a safe $1 million. How would that go? What would be your ideal birthday plan? What's going on? You telling people to drop stuff and let's go? What's
the vibes for the day? Ooh, the vibes, first of all. Okay, if someone dropped $1 million in my lap, first of all, I'm paying off all my loans. All my student loans are getting paid. Done. No debt going into my 27th birthday. That's the vibes. After that, then, I'm telling everybody, drop your things, grab your passport. We are going to, I don't know where you can get to in a day that'll be lit. But are we in a panini free world?
This is post Panini.
Post Panorama. Okay, so post Panorama, yeah, we out there. We out in San Juan. Maybe we doing a little bit of a beach trip. It's a day. Everybody just dropping everything and meeting us out there. That is what's happening. That's the vibes. I'd be okay, let's go on that shopping spree. Let's pick up all that clothes. Ooh, I'm gonna pick up all the suitcases that I've been eyeing because suitcases are expensive, y'all. So I'm gonna be out there picking up some of those bags. All those things that I've been eyeing, all those things on my wish list are bought. Done.
Purchased.
Happy.
Ordered. Speaking of birthdays spent in a pandemic, can you tell us about your birthday last year? I know, your birthday was COVID supreme. It was new, it was fresh, everything was super stressful. Can you tell us what that was like? And then at this point, it's been 1 year later, people are starting to get vaccinated. So kind of comparing that to your experience this year with your birthday, it's still a pandemic, but it's different.
For sure, yeah. Because last year we were just getting shut down. I had just come back from Paris with my mom towards the middle of March, and we had been told you'll be out of school for at least 2 weeks. So I was thinking, oh, okay, we'll be back in school April. That's fine, whatever. Didn't really have any plans for my birthday, I don't think. I feel we had been talking about it, and we're probably just gonna do something pretty local, go to Austin or whatever. And then the lockdown got longer and longer and longer, and it got up close to my birthday, and I was like, oh shoot, this is actually going to happen on my birthday. I'm going to be in lockdown on my birthday. And it was fine. Oh, on my actual birthday, we watched Onward, that Pixar movie, and I went and had steak. And Chris wasn't invited because he's a vegetarian. So I was like, you know what? We'll hang out this weekend because my birthday was on a Wednesday, I think. And so I did that. I had a Zoom call, with all my girlfriends from college. Now called me. It was a whole thing. Everyone tried really hard to make my birthday special, which was nice because it was man, we locked down. We out here just Aries season, but locked down. And then that weekend you had come over and we did all my favorite foods. I think we went to Spiral. We did the bakery with the cookies, Great Harvest. Do you not remember? I'm looking at you, not remembering. This is awkward.
I don't remember any of this because also How did we do any of that? How would you go to a steakhouse?
I didn't go to a steakhouse. We went in curbside. It was when curbside was like still really big. So we curbsided that. Then we curbsided Spiral, which is like our favorite vegetarian, or it's my favorite vegetarian restaurant. I'm not going to speak for Chris. My favorite vegetarian restaurant in Fort Worth.
It's vegan, not to like.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is vegan. It's my favorite vegan place. And I just really like their nacho cheese. That's not nacho cheese. Yeah, we got that. And we went to a bakery and like you brought everything over. And we spent like the whole day together. Oh, you know what? That's when I attempted to make masks. Our first prototype of the mask that looks like underwear.
Those masks were bad. I was like, this looks like I raided somebody's panty drawer. They were bad.
So Christopher was wearing panties on his face for the first couple of weeks of them.
And it was like the bright blue. I think I still have it. It's looking terrible.
I just didn't know. Okay, first of all, be grateful, ungrateful looking over there. Anyway, I got much better at mask making. We figured it out later.
It was straight up just fabric on your face.
It got the job done. It was a literal square of fabric. Do you remember? And it had 2 loops for the masks. Oh my goodness. So Chris was walking around with that for a hot second. But I got much better at mask making. And so I think that's all that happened. Like I was like, oh, you know what? I had also worked out on my birthday. I created my own birthday wad. Isaac and I had done it. And I was just like, yeah, it sucked, but it was so nice to have Isaac home. And then that's when I had said that I had accidentally caused the pandemic because I manifested it. I kept saying like, oh, I wish I could spend more time with Isaac. Like, I wish I could spend more time with Isaac because he's at school right now. And then we shut down and I was like, oh no, Isaac, I think I wished this for us. So my bad, everybody. That was my bad. So yeah, so then we just hung out. It was really nice. Like it was nice because we had to be creative, right? Like my family had to like zoom in. It was a whole thing. I was also working and doing my second job teaching at night. So I was also working that night. The feelings around it were
still
sad.
Good.
Yeah, they were still good. Like it was sad, but it was good. Like it was going to be what was going to normally happen. We were just going to be at the restaurant instead of at home. So it was not like I was really truly missing out on anything. This year going into my birthday, I'm vaccinated AF, so excited. I am grateful that, you know, we've had jobs this whole time. I'm grateful that we have had the opportunity to become vaccinated. Like, so there's so much to be grateful for this year. And 27 is like, it's kind of like a weird year. Like, it's 27. It's not 25. It's not 30. Like, it's just midway. So, you know, it's just one of those weird years. But I'm feeling good going into it. It's, again, like we've talked about it before, it's a transition year. It is what it is. Transitioning into whatever that means. So I'm excited for this upcoming year. I'm excited to see what comes out of it. So that's it.
Well, those are all the questions that I have for you. So
that was fast.
I know. I just wanted to keep it simple, keep it light, keep it airy, keep it cute, you know, because I'm really excited to hear the rest of these stories, honestly.
No.
Some of them have to do with past birthdays. Some of them are just random stories from your life. So I'm excited. Are you ready? Are you excited?
No. What's the rules? What, do I just like tell the rest of the story or?
The rules are, I'm just going to give like a general vague outline because I also, like when asking people for these questions, I didn't want them to give too much away. These are all new stories to me. So I really only have a few keywords. I can't clarify much. So hopefully you remember all of these stories because also if you don't, like it's going to be really awkward. We'll just be looking at each other. So
will you tell me who it's from?
I can. If you don't, like if the context just isn't enough, I can give you. Yeah, I can tell you.
This is like the worst game of word association ever.
It's basically going to be that. But you said your memory's good, so we going to see.
We going to see.
All right. Are you ready?
I had to take a big sip of tea. I'm ready.
All right. So these are, I don't think they're in chronological order because I could not have put them in chronological order. But I believe they range from, I want to say the earliest question that I got was like from 5th grade up to college. So we have a range. We have some stories. I hope you're ready.
Okay.
So one of the first questions that I got back was, I believe you can confirm this. Has Suko ever been in like a Macy's parade of some sort?
Yeah, she was in the Thanksgiving parade that they do in New York every year.
She was in the
Macy's parade, yeah.
Did you make your mom miss it?
Well, here we go. Okay.
Oh no. I was really hoping that was an exaggeration. Oh no.
Okay, so, yeah, I guess here's the story. My sister was, I think, in 9th grade at the time. I was in 2nd grade, and she was in band. And so every other year for band, no, actually, it might have been every year for band, they went on a trip. And so that year, her school had auditioned and got into the Macy's Day Parade. It's a really big deal. Obviously, it's the Macy's Day Parade. It's during Thanksgiving. It was also a really intense year, too, because that was right after 9/11 happened. So it was 2001, right after 9/11. Like, we had gone to ground zero. Everything was not even cleaned up yet. Like, they were still recovering from that aftermath. So again, I'm 7 years old. My sister is 14 years old. And we were staying at a hotel that was about, I want to say it was really close. It was walkable. And so everyone, like all the parents and everyone who was staying at the hotel, they had all agreed, like, we're going to wake up really early to go and get a spot. Cause that's like the hardest thing is finding a spot. And so my mom and I went and got breakfast. And we were walking out to meet the other people who were there. And we found a spot. Like, they were like, oh, it's going to like come past here. So like, we're just going to stay here. And we're like, okay, cool. That's the vibe. About 30 minutes, I want to say 30 minutes before it started. Actually, no, it might have already started. And I think I saw the beginning of it. I had to pee. And I was like, Mom, I have to pee. And she was like, hold it. And I was like, I can't. And she was like, you need to hold it. And I was like, I cannot hold it, Mom. Like, I gotta go. So my mom literally told me like, pee. And I was like, I can't, Mom. It's not a toilet. So we turn around and thankfully behind us was an Old Navy. So I run into the Old Navy, pee, all this stuff. But because, again, it's New York, it's Thanksgiving Day, the most busy part, I want to say, you know, for tourists and whatever, super compacted, all this stuff. Walk out from the Old Navy. Couldn't see a thing. We couldn't even get back. Couldn't even like try to fight back to get into it. So my mom was like, she was pretty upset. We just walked back to the hotel and watched the parade on the TV. So we didn't actually get to see the Macy's Day Parade. We saw the beginning part. I think we saw Snoopy, who goes through. And yeah, accidentally made my mom miss my sister's big performance. But if you ask my sister, ask her if she actually played anything, because she says that when she was in band and during the parades, she would literally just like walk around with her saxophone and like look around at all the sights instead of actually doing the thing. So really, did we miss anything? No.
I was really hoping that like, oh no, Emma unplugged the TV and we missed the TV moment. Like,
no, we missed the actual parade.
Oh no. And y'all were living in Hawaii at this time, right?
Yes, also. So that was like, it was already a hella long journey to get there. We had to like stop in California, from California to New York. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Haven't been back to New York since.
I did not know when they said, "Oh, y'all missed it," and it was Emma's fault. I didn't know it was like, "Oh, y'all missed it."
No, like missed it. Like, it was not even a cute miss. Like, that was my bad. Sorry, Mom.
Dang,
I'll take you back one time. Maybe Vake will be in the band and we can go watch him. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, thanks, Emma, for that story. Wow. That was funnier than I thought it was going to be, honestly, truly. Are you ready for the next question?
I guess so.
Have you ever been in a play, like as an actress?
I was in many plays.
Oh my God, can you tell me about the time that you were a tree in a play?
I was a tree in a play? Is this from Sam?
No, this is from Isaac.
I was a witch, not a tree.
He said he wasn't super sure what role you had. But I don't know why he would remember you as a tree.
Because my makeup did make me look like a tree. I was one of the 3 witches in Macbeth. And so every year we had actually this was the first year, and it was called the Shakespeare, it was like a Shakespeare symposium. So basically all the honors English classes put on this thing. We would perform for our classes, and then the teachers would pick the best ones, and then we would perform for the whole school. It was like a whole night, and then they had judges who voted on who was the best. And so that year was my 11th grade year, and we were chosen. I was one of the 3 witches, and it had to be done in a musical form. So it had to be done in a musical form. It was myself and 4 of my really good friends, and we like killed it. Like, our first song that we had done was I just can't wait to be king from I just can't wait to be king from Lion King. And then we did a dance, but it was to that song. I don't know if you've ever watched Harry Potter where it's like double, double, toil and trouble, fire, you know, that whole thing. But we rapped in it.
What does this have to do with Macbeth? I am so confused by the context.
We had to pick scenes, like specific scenes from the book or from the play, and then perform it, but perform it to like a musical. So like there was one group, and it's actually funny because it was my roommate from college, because we went to high school together. They did a song from Beauty and the Beast, and they thought they killed it. Like they came in, they were like, man, we killed that. Like that was done. Our group went up and we rapped. And killed it. Like, we knocked it out of the park. We rhymed sovereignty. We did sovereignty in the song. Like, I wrote the whole rap. It was like a whole thing. I was the first witch. I could probably still rap it, honestly.
You know, about to have that Kevin G moment over here.
You know, that'd be me. Anyway, and so, yeah. So that's what happened. I was a witch, not a tree, just by the way. We ended up going to the school symposium thing for Shakespeare. And then we ended up killing it. And we won. So we won that year for our 11th grade year. Did it again for our 12th grade year. But it was to... What's the one with Ophelia? Which is the one that Lion King is based off of?
Hamlet,
yeah. So that year we ended up doing Hamlet, and we did it. It had to be to like a certain, you had to pick like a genre, and it had to be like a TV show. So we picked that 70s show. It was a whole thing. So then that year we chose the same group again, and honestly we should have won. But we didn't get picked to go to the symposium because they said it was inappropriate because we chose that 70s show.
There's like a whole section where they just sit around. So
that's literally that's the tune that we did it to. We did it to like the theme of the whole sitting around, and there was smoke and everything. It was a whole thing. It was a vibe.
That's why I didn't go.
Anyway, it was a great video. I thought we did very good on that. So yeah. So then our senior year, we didn't get picked, and it was fine. We were sad, but it was okay.
Okay, so I have like two things that kind of like overlap. So I want to clarify two facts. See if you remember them. Mm-hmm. At what point in your school career were you in, I guess, like the choir, the chorus? I don't know what they call it in Hawaii.
Oh, the choir, 3rd through 6th grade.
Okay. So during this like 3rd through 6th grade, I'm assuming y'all took trips to places and stuff?
Mm-hmm. So every year we took a trip. It was either to Inner Island, but there was one year throughout that 3rd through 6th that you went on a mainland trip. So we came to Washington and California.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. During the duration of you being in the choir, the chorus, whatever, did you also have like this special pillow of some sort? Like a very nice special pillow?
Oh my god, I know exactly the story Sam's bringing up. Yes. Okay, what about it?
One question is like, do you still have this pillow? Oh my god, you still have the pillow? What is the pillow?
It's the pink pillow. It's actually not the pillow. Oh my gosh, Carly's one is also about the pillow, isn't it? I knew it.
Like, it's the same question about the same incident. So I'm curious about what is this pillow? And then, you know, what did you do? Because someone got hurt over this pillow.
Here we go, Mama Leona getting hurt again. She stayed taking the fall for me. Shout out to my mom. You've been holding it down.
Apparently a literal fall.
A literal fall. And my mom actually doesn't remember it. So that's the funny part. So I have a pillow. My aunt made it for me when I was born. She made 8 pillowcases. They were not the cutest pillowcases. I don't know why I took a liking to them, but around the border is lace. And honestly, they were not cute. So the thing is that with this fabric, it was also really thin. So it would break. And so my mom was really strategic about the way she would like deploy the other pillows. Like she would like sew them up until they were falling apart. Like they had to be dead in order for her to bring in another pillowcase. And so when I was younger and we would go on trips, she would just pack this pillowcase and then put it around a hotel pillow. And that was like my pillow, whatever. As I got older, I started traveling with it. And so like I even took it with me to Europe that first time I went to Europe. I used to take it with me everywhere. And then I realized how unsanitary it was to be like sleeping on it in the plane and like all the things. Like it was a whole thing. So I have this pillow and I think it was either the 5th or 6th grade. I can't remember. It had to be because Sam and I didn't become friends till 4th grade. So 5th or 6th grade, we were on a trip and we had brought everything down because we had to be at the bus by a certain time and we were leaving that hotel to either go to the airport or go to our next hotel. And we get on the bus and, you know, like me being dumb and like not paying attention to all my stuff, my mom always said too, she's like, if you forget anything, that's your fault. Like we can't go back. Like, and I was like, okay, yeah. And I was like not paying attention, had my backpack with me, had everything. And I sit down and I realize I don't have my pillow. And I'm like, mom, I forgot my pillow. And my mom, like, God bless her, because She did not keep up her end of the deal of, you gonna leave that pillow. Like, sorry, it's done. It's a wrap. Goes back upstairs, runs to get my pillow, and on her way back down sprains her ankle because she's trying not to miss the bus. So I still have the pillow with me. It's actually covered with another pillow because it is broken, like falling apart. Also, side note about this pillow, when I started dating Isaac, I don't know how it got brought up, but he was talking about something and he's like, it's kind of embarrassing, but I like still sleep with my baby pillow. And I was like, this is it. You are my soulmate. Like, I have found you. I also have a pillow. He's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And I was like, yeah, I do. I have a pillow. And he's like, stop playing with me. And I was like, no, I really got a pillow. So that's how we like really knew that we were like soulmates and all this stuff. And then on top of that, in middle school, and it's probably like part of her thing too, I don't know, Carly, who is my best friend from middle school, I think I was sleeping over at her house and she had a baby blanket and I had a pillow. So we were pillow blanket sisters. And so her blanket was called Bird because I think it had a Tweety bird on it. And I had this pillow. So we were pillow blanket sisters.
She definitely brought up this pillow and to see if you still had this pillow. Does Isaac still have his?
So Isaac's pillow had to go into commission. His was also just like I think his mom made it for him. And just over time, his was like an actual pillow. Mine is a pillowcase. The pillowcase is a significant thing to me. His is like the actual pillow. Like his mom had like sewn the pillow, all these things. If you know anything about the insides of pillows, over time, they're not good. And so his started to feel like really hard. Like it was like rocks were inside of it. And so he's like, I'm going to deconstruct it and restuff it. And we were like, okay, like go for it. And so he was finally like, maybe I should get rid of it. And I think it's still in our closet, honestly. I actually don't know where and so his pillow's called Cold Friend because it's always cold. It was like it was like a type of material that kind of like retained cold, and so they called it Cold Friend. And so like all his siblings call it Cold Friend. Yeah, I actually don't know where Cold Friend is. I should probably go look for him.
Wow, how fun! Glad we all have these little attachments and things, blankets and pillows and whatnot. Mm-hmm. How fun! So that was about 4 questions. Oh. There's another one. Sam had another question. She said, speaking of like steak and your birthday and college, she said that there was a time that I went to a steakhouse, Fogo de Chao, in, I would assume, California. Can you tell me about that time in college that you went to Fogo de Chao in California?
Okay, so also, if anyone knows what Fogo de Chao is, it's a Brazilian steakhouse, or it's a Brazilian barbecue. And so it's really expensive. Sam was visiting me during spring break because she was looking to go to school in California. So she stayed with me for a week. And like, she was like, let's go to Fogo de Chao. I was like, girl, I don't got Fogo de Chao money. Like, it's $50 per person. It's an expensive place to go. Like, even now, would still have to like think about if I really wanted to go to this place. So she was like, no, it's okay. Like, my dad said it's fine. Like, it'll be your birthday present. And I was like, okay, fine. So we go. And like the way that it's set up, there's meat on this stick that's like coming around everywhere. Like every server has a meat. There's like sides and all this stuff, so you can go and get sides. And so I didn't pace myself correctly and I picked up too many sides and not enough meat. And so we're like going through the meal, and I had also eaten earlier that day, and Sam was like, don't eat. And I was like, no, I need to eat because if I don't eat, I'm going to get really full really fast. And she was like, okay, fine, whatever. She didn't eat the whole time. Also, Sam can put it away. Like, she can, for a small girl, she can put it away. And I'm like, I don't know where all that food goes. Like, what is going on? So we go there, and like probably, yeah, in 30 minutes in, 45 minutes in, I'm like, Sam, I can't do it. I feel so sick. And she was like, no, you're fine. You're fine. I was like, Sam, like, I literally am going to die. And she was like, you're fine. So I get up, go to the bathroom. Oh, trigger warning. Also, I throw up. Because I am so sick, like, to my stomach is hard. I'm like having meat sweats. If you eat a lot of meat, you probably know what meat sweats feel like. I'm dying. Like, I am like crying, and I'm like, Sam, please don't make me eat anymore. And she's like, Emma, we came here with purpose. And I was like, you're right. So I like go to the bathroom because I'm like, let me go like wipe down my face or something. End up throwing up, like threw up the entire meal, come out, and like a champion, I keep eating.
What in the Hunger Games is this?
Don't ever go anywhere with Sam. That is what I'm trying to say, because she will pressure you. Also, it was a $50 meal. So yeah, I was going to make do. And I was like, you know what? F these asparagus. I don't know why I spent so much food space on them. You know, whatever. And now I can't believe I just told the world that I purged. Also, like, that's like a real issue. So I also don't want to make light of that.
Well, also it was an accident.
It was an accident. I did go to like wiped down my brows from the meat sweat and ended up throwing up.
I don't think I've ever had an experience. Oh my gosh. Even before I was a vegetarian, I just didn't eat meat like that. Wow.
Thanks a lot, Sam. But yeah, so...
Oh my God, no. Wow, that must be nice. What an experience.
What an experience. I have gone back to Brazilian barbecue after, and now I know better and how to pace myself.
More meat, less sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, it is expensive. That was one of the things I wanted to do before I became a vegetarian, but yeah, that little price tag to get into the door, it just never happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, now if you go to, I think it's called Texas Day Brazil, during the weekdays, if you have your teacher ID, you get a discount, but only for lunch. So you can go and eat there for like $30 instead of however much it normally is.
So everyone who still eats meat, that's not me, go for it.
But when we do go to Brazil, we gon' go to some barbecue.
You know, I have to like change my lifestyle for a few months.
Just for a few months.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving to the next questions. I'm gonna save your sisters for last. I think they're gonna be the funniest.
Aww.
So now I just like cutesy stories. So she wanted me to ask you about what it's like being the fun aunt, the funt to Rocky and Tavake.
And if you like know now, she says like auntie, like she spells it UNTYYYYYYY. So that sounds like now. I'm also not the fun aunt. Funny story is that Tavake actually thinks I'm the most boring person on the planet, and he continues to tell me all the time. Tavake is my older nephew from my sister. I only have 2 nephews, 3 on the way. But Tavake and he was probably 5 or 6, and I was babysitting him. And so my sister scares me more than Tavake does. And so whenever my sister gives me a mandate or rules, I follow them. And whenever he comes to my dad's house, because it's usually when I'm at my dad's house that I see when we would like watch Vake and whatever, my dad is the fun Paka. That's what they call my dad. And so he like will let my nephew do whatever he wants. And so my sister was like, he needs to do XYZ things. So I was like, Tavake, it's time to take a bath. And he's like, no, I don't want to. Paka said I don't have to. And I was like, you have to take a bath. You smell. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, Tavake, get in the bathtub right now. And he looks at me and he goes, and that's why you're the boring auntie! And slams the door in my face like a little hellion. Again, he's 5. I don't know why I engage in like arguments with him. I do it all the time though. And I fall for it every single time. Even though I know like you're 16 years younger than me. I know things. Not all the things, but I know a lot of things. So I'm actually not the fun aunt, but I do try to be the fun aunt, and I try to be like, okay, let's go do these fun things. And I think in his head, I'm still the boring auntie, and it's fine. It's whatever. Rocky is also like a little mini me. He's an Aries as well. So he just kind of just does not give a F about your feelings. Don't care who you are. Will not, cannot tell him anything. So it's been fun. It's fun being an aunt. I love it. It's nice being able to return children who don't belong to you.
Bro, and I tell you, I only seen her babysit once, and I was like, who let this woman babysit these children? Is that day you needed a nap?
I needed a nap. Rocky needed an ad.
Oh my God, bro.
Like I said, we're both Aries. We gonna do whatever we want. I said I needed a nap, so I sat down and I took a nap. Rocky said he did not need a nap, so I said, good, don't take a nap then. I don't care.
Mind you, Rocky's screaming at the top of his lungs, so like...
And I sleep through it.
Bruh, she was like, I'm done. Like, it's gonna be what it is. And then Isaac's trying, and I'm just like, this is too much. I just want to watch the Great British Baking Show.
Great British Bake Off. Ready, set, bake. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, Rocky and I think we also just have, because we're both Aries, just have very dominant personalities that butt heads a lot. So I be getting into it with him too. So it is.
It'd be like that. My next 2 questions come from your sister. One of which, apparently, you got her in trouble. So can you tell me about a time that you were trying to cook for yourself with your cousin? I don't know who this cousin is, but y'all were trying to be independent and you got your sister in trouble. Tell me more about cooking with your cousin.
Independent women. So my cousin Sid is 2 years younger than me. And so I always, like, she was kind of more of like not even like the leader, but it was kind of like I would like follow whatever she would do, but she would also like listen to whatever I would do too. And so I was like, one time we were both hungry and my mom used to just like let us cook because we didn't cook anything like major. We just wanted Spam. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's cook Spam. And so she was like, okay, yeah, let's cook Spam. And I was like, but I don't want to like slice it. I want to like slice it really small. She's like, okay. So I like slice it up really small. We're like getting ready. I put the pan, not knowing that you're supposed to take off like the burner covers. And so my mom had burner covers. So like if you have an electric stove, like you can put burner covers on them so that they don't get dirty. I thought you could cook on the burner covers, put the thing on, and I'm like, wow, it's like taking a really long time. Like when my mom makes Spam, like when I usually make Spam, it doesn't take this long. And Sid's like, yeah, you're right. So we're just kind of like looking at it, whatever. It's on full high heat. This thing is like full high. My sister's supposed to be babysitting us because my mom had to go somewhere. And my mom comes in and she's like, something is burning. And I was like, oh, well, we're making Spam. And she's like, does no one smell that burning? And she's like, Satsuko! So my sister comes out and she's like, yeah. My sister's a teenager at this point. She does not want to babysit her sister and her cousin. Like, this is on the last part of her priority list. She's like, what are you doing letting them cook? And she's like, they're cooking Spam. Anyway, burnt this Spam, this pot cover. Like burnt it completely. It's like smoking in the house. Like the house probably would have burnt down, honestly, if we hadn't had caught it because it's flammable as well. And so my mom is like pissed. She's like yelling at my sister and she's like, what's not my fault? She's so stupid. And if y'all know me, I'm sensitive. Okay. I got big feelings. And so I look at my sister and I'm like, oh, what? And just go away. And I run off and I'm crying and I'm like, I'm not stupid. Just dumb. Also, childhood trauma, therapy 101. And so, yeah, that happened. I accidentally got her in trouble. She should have been watching us, though. Like, I think I was probably like 9. Who lets a 9 and a 7-year-old decide to cook?
Okay. She said I was stupid.
This is your fault because you're stupid. I still remember to this day. Hurt my feelings. I am sad.
Wow. So the last question I have comes with the script. So I have to say it just like this, and I hope you get it. No. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, Emma, tell me about the laundry soap incident.
Why don't you just bring my sister on the show? You know, at this point.
She scripted that one out.
I don't want to talk about the laundry soap incident. It's the reason why I'm stupid, apparently, according to her.
This one's going to be a good one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want people to think I have like a problem.
I'm glad we're ending on this question.
Okay, y'all. So I don't know if you remember, and they probably still sell it, but soap comes in powdered, like laundry soap comes in powdered form, correct?
Yes.
Our laundry area was behind our house, like it was outside. And so I love the smell of laundry soap. To this day, still love the smell. But my parents used to buy the powdered form. And so I used to stick my head in there. I used to stick my head in there and like smell it because it smelled so good. So I used to like stick my head in there because it smelled so good, okay? That is what it is. That's the tweet. It smelled really good. I really like the smell of it, okay? I don't know what the smell was. Probably just like clean linen, something like that. One time, I get the bright idea. I'm playing in our backyard and I'm like, oh my God, instead of having to go smell it from the thing, why don't I just take the scooper and smell it from that? And so I take the scooper. I have it like on whatever I'm playing around, go and smell it whenever I wanted to. And I put it to my nose too close. So like usually if it's in the box, like I can't reach the powder. Like I can just smell the powder, right? This time now it's in the cup, so it's really close. And so I like stick my nose to it and I sniff in, not realizing that it's going to go up my nostrils, and the powder goes into my nose and I start screaming. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I run into the house and my sister's like, what the F is wrong with you? I was like, it's burns! Having a full-on exorcism because my brain is on fire. And she's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I was smelling the soap and it went up my nose and it burns. So anyway, I'm losing a couple of brain cells. We'll probably never be able to do cocaine because if I couldn't do that with just... Also not will probably never. We'll never. We'll never do cocaine because... That's the one you snort, right? Is that the one you snort? Because if it burnt just doing it from laundry soap, I can only imagine what it feels like with actual drugs.
I can't. What? Where are your parents? I'm so confused. Was this another, like, your sister's babysitting? Like,
Yes! Why do you think I babysit her kids like how she babysat me? I don't have no good role models for babysitting.
She said, well, how did you, she just let you, like, sit there and suffer through the powder?
Actually, you know what? I think my parents were home because my mom was like, go, she's like, what the F? And they made me, like, try and go and take a shower to, like, relieve, I think. And they're like, but I was, like, sticking the water up my nose and that was hurting even more. It was like, I was basically having a wash cycle in my brain.
Nostrils got cleansed.
Like, I was cleansed. Like, I can still remember the burn to this day. It was like a burning sensation all over my face. Just burning from Tide. So at Tide, you owe me for this.
Oh my God, you sound like one of them dumb kids that did the Tide Pod challenge.
I did not eat it, I just snorted it.
That's why I used to be calling you stupid.
That's why I was called stupid. I'm not stupid, y'all, just dumb. What kind of adventure was this? This was a terrible adventure.
I thoroughly enjoyed these stories.
I just how did Isaac pick that one story? I'm so confused. Did you ask him, like, tell me an embarrassing time?
No, I didn't put any context on anything. I was just like, hey, we're having a birthday episode for Emma. If there are some questions or some stories that you think she should tell us, let me know. Like, don't tell me the story. Just, like, give me some prompts to ask the questions. And, like, this is what everyone came up with. I think Now's was, like, the nicest one. Like, the least embarrassing. Like, just like, oh my gosh, you're the fun aunt. Like,
especially because Now and I have stories. Like, we got stories. I'm surprised she didn't bring up any of it. But it's probably because they're incriminating to both of us. So we probably shouldn't be telling them on the air for anyone.
I was like, yeah, because she didn't bring up any individual stories. She was just like, just have her tell you about, like, undergrad stories. Like,
we were crazy in undergrad. We had so much fun. I'm gonna
save that for when she comes on the show.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, because she tells stories way better than I do too. So you'll go on an adventure. I'm
gonna cry. I cried today. This is too much. Can't believe you snorted soap. I didn't think that was where that was going.
Yeah. I
didn't think that's where any of these were going, honestly.
I think that would have been funner had you had you told me the prompt and then told me what you thought it was gonna be.
Oh, I wouldn't have got any of these right at all. I don't know what. This is why you had all the medical bills.
I made sure that insurance was used well, y'all. Was in the hospital all the time. I remember one time actually that I had gone to the hospital and I was also really accident prone. So I was, like, jumping back and forth on something. Well, I had two jumping stories, but this is one of them where I was running out of the house and I slipped on a bicycle helmet. And in my dad's office, it was completely concrete because his office was connected to our house. Smacked my face, didn't even, like, catch myself, hit my face forward on the thing. And my mom's like, oh my God. And so half of my face is literally bruised. And we go to the hospital and they're like, oh, this is, like, the second time in however long, like, that's a red flag for medical professionals. And so they're like, can you explain to us what happened? And obviously when you're, like, 7, you're like, yeah, so I was running and then I slipped on a bike helmet and I hit my face on the thing. That does not sound like a plausible story when I had just been in the hospital for something else recently. I think it was probably for one of my broken ailments. And so my mom left the room to go get me something. They're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, does your mom hit you? And I was like, no, but my dad sometimes does.
Set up.
I'm so lucky CPS did not take me away.
Straight up.
They were like, what? Can you tell me more? And like, so what happened to your face? I was like, yeah, I just told you I was running and then I slipped and I fell. And they were like, no, like, what really happened? I was like, I was running fast and I slipped on a bike helmet. Yeah. Anyway, CPS did not take me away, y'all.
Do not know why you are like this. Jeez. Okay, well, those are all the questions and stories that I have for you today.
Wow! So now we move into our favorite segment of the day. Our
rapid
fire
questions.
I was confused where you... Okay, let's try that again. You start. Go. Rapid with our...
Fire. Oh.
Do the part where you say rapid and I say... Okay, I just do my...
you just do the thing and I'll just say fire and then you just take it away.
Okay. With our rapid
fire
questions.
Do.
Bam, 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 bam. Okay, we really need to learn how to add sound effects to our audio because it's getting exhausting being our only audio. Okay, so for my rapid fire question, and I'll ask a question because I feel like I was talking this entire episode, so I will go first, and it's birthday themed. And so I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite birthday food? Do you have a favorite birthday food? Like a favorite celebratory food?
Like a food that I eat to celebrate my life?
Yes.
No, I don't think I do anything super different other than cake. And I try to do different kinds of cakes. So I've had dinosaur-shaped cakes and ice cream cakes and cheese cakes and homemade cakes and store-bought cakes and all sorts of cakes.
What was your favorite cake to date?
My mom made a dinosaur-shaped cake, so like,
that's lit.
I don't know how she did it. It was a miracle, but she did it. And so, like, first, I don't remember what it tasted like, but like aesthetically and like memorably, best cake ever, right? Ice cream cake is surprisingly trash.
I hate it. The cake gets cold. The ice cream is really hot. It's really hard.
Then they get squishy. I get it. I understand it. It just doesn't work.
Not your favorite. Yeah, it's not my favorite either.
It just doesn't work out. I'm trying to think like if there's like a place that has like a cake that I'm like, if I'm really going to go and get a cake, this is the place I'm going to go get it from. I mean, it's probably going to be H-E-B, honestly. I love a good H-E-B anything.
Facts.
But they have a red velvet cheesecake that I really want to aspire how to learn. And it's this big old slice. And it looks very much like I didn't realize it's very similar to the one that they have at Cheesecake Factory. Mm-hmm. I don't know which came first here, but shout out to the H-E-B brand version. Mm-hmm. That's the one I go for.
And it's way cheaper than Cheesecake Factory.
I'm just saying. I'm going to learn how to make it myself, but what about you? Your favorite birthday food, dish, celebratory meal?
Oh, I thought I had answered that earlier, but I didn't. I realize now. My favorite birthday food is also cake, and it's usually going back and forth between carrot cake and red velvet cake. This year, I want to try... Also, carrot cake is a cake. Stop it. This year, I want to try from Milk Bar, but it's also really expensive, so that might have to be a year 28 cake.
What is Milk Bar?
It's Christina Tosi's, who is on Hell's Kitchen sometime. She's on...
So does she have like a place here in Fort Worth? I'm confused.
No, so she has a bakery and she ships it from New York. And everyone that I've heard that does it, like they say it's like really good. So that's like the cake I aspire to do, but it's kind of expensive, so I will wait.
Like it's expensive to make, or
it's already it's pre-made and it gets shipped to you.
How much is it?
$50 for a 6-inch, I think.
Like a square?
Circle. Mm-hmm.
$50?
It's like this big.
What do you do? Like transcend this plane of existence? Like what is this cake?
I think it's because of the shipping. That's the thing that's really expensive.
Why don't you just go to New York and get it then?
I don't know. Also, New York and I are not friends, if you recall.
That's just because you don't know how to use the restroom properly.
I don't know how to hold my bladder, apparently. Okay. What's your question?
My question is, I don't know, do I want to go with a birthday related? No, I've been asking birthday questions the whole episode. So my question is not birthday related, but if you were to get a tattoo tomorrow, what would it be?
Tomorrow, I have to get it.
If you were to get a tattoo tomorrow
is
be?
Monday, and it's a day off. That would be the perfect time to get a tattoo, honestly. Sorry, okay, off track. If I were to get a tattoo, I have been like going back and forth, but I really do want a tribal, like an actual, like authentic tribal with like Tongan tribal, and you know, like maybe with my family's crest or something that's representative of my family. And I've wanted one that's like behind my ear, or on my wrist, or I'm not even gonna say where the next part is. I've also wanted one like almost like side boob-ish, but I feel like that's disrespectful, so I would not do that. But I've seen some really nice ones, so that is what I would get. What would you get?
Probably something really small. I don't really even... The idea of a tattoo just seems really painful. A prolonged pain. It's not really my vibe. So I guess if I was going to get one, it'd be like a really tiny... Turtle, probably somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere like very easy. I have to hide it. Because like, what if they're like, okay, great. You draw like the turtle that you want. And like, it's a sketch of my own turtle.
It's a child's turtle.
People are like, what is that? Why did you draw a poopy on yourself? First of all, it's a turtle. Rude.
It's a turtle. Rude. Anyway, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. All right, Emma, where can people find the podcast?
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at The Tea with Krema. You can also find us anywhere that you can stream podcasts. Also, if you have any feedback or would like to leave some comments, you can leave it on our Instagram under the comments of our most recent episode. We hope to hear back from you. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Hello. I bet you're wondering, what's Chris still doing on the episode? The ending music has already played. What's going on here? Well, I'll tell you. In honor of Emma's wonderful, amazing, awesome birthday and one that crazy year, I've gathered some messages that I want to share with her in order to celebrate and make her day just that much more special. So stay tuned for these awesome, heartfelt messages from some people that really, really care about her.
Happy birthday, Amita!
Hi Emma, happy birthday from Germany.
Happy birthday.
Love your podcast. Okay, bye.
Hey Emma, it's your girl Sam. Happy birthday! You're one of my favorite people ever, and it has just been an honor and a blessing to watch you grow and glow up. I can't believe that our friendship is going on 18 years, and I love doing life with you, even though we are always thousands of miles apart. I hope you have the best day ever, and thank you so much for being an amazing best friend and inspiring everyone around you to be better. I hope you come back home soon. Love you so much. Peace out. Parents abandoned us town. Bye, and thank you, Chris, for organizing this.
Happy birthday, Emma. It's me now. I have recorded this about maybe 20 times, mainly because there's not enough words to express how much of a huge inspiration you are. To me, to your students, to your friends, to your family, and to all those that you are surrounded by. I just want to say happy birthday, of course. And please take time for yourself today to just focus on you and you only, because being the person that you are always giving, you are always putting yourself second and those around you first. And today is all about you and only you. So you splurge, you do whatever you got to do to celebrate yourself. And I'll be right there. Love you. Happy birthday. Bye.
Hey Emma, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
This is your favorite brother-in-law. Hey.
And sister.
Sometimes.
お誕生日おめでとう
Rocky, can you say hi? Rocky.
What's up?
Rocky.
Shh. Come here.
Come say hi. Say hi.
Say hi.
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 Hi. What is that? Say hi.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, say bye.
Say bye. Bye-bye.
Say bye.
Say bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
Hey Emma, it's your favorite brother-in-law again. Obviously, Suko's not good with words. I'm better. So we just want to say as a unit that we have always appreciated you and everything you've done for us and the animal park we're raising over here in Orange County. We always miss you. We always wish you're here. But when you are here, you're always such a great help. And we never take that for granted. I know Suko does, but I always appreciate you every single time. No, but we love you always, and we're always thinking about you. Thank you so much for everything you do. Happy birthday. Say bye. Say bye. 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 Bye.